What's going on, guys? It's Picsoleated, and the pandemic might be blowing up with the second wave in full effect, forcing us to stay indoors, but the spirit of basketball lives on. Not just in the latest basketball sneakers with the latest and greatest basketball tech, but even some of the oldest ball sneakers known to mankind to exist to this day. We're talking about the one and only Aime Leon Dore's latest, most recent collaboration with their most common collaborators, New Balance. The sneaker we're taking a look at is the ALD x New Balance P550, also known as the ALD x New Balance P550 Basketball Oxford. These sneakers were released on October 16th for $130 US and 185 Canadian dollars here in Canada. They were released in multiple colors such as the green pair, the gray, the blue, and this red pair right here. My personal favorite is the green pair, but considering how limited the green and gray pairs were, and the fact that I'm holding the red pair right here in my hands, you can probably tell that I took an L on those. The sneakers also released with an extensive collection, but unfortunately that is sold out as well. Aime Leon Dore, who I'm just gonna start referring to as ALD just because it's easier and I just don't want to sound like a pretentious snob who knows how to pronounce French words, but mostly because it's easier. Anyways, ALD has come hot off the press with this New Balance collaboration, but they've been collaborating with New Balance quite often and quite frequently in the last couple of years. Actually, they've been collaborating with them more than I expected them to, and they've all been bangers, from the original 997s to the 990 V5s to the 827 Absorbs and the 1300s. Okay, except for that one, they've all been bangers. Unfortunately, I've managed to take an L on all of them except for these. With a helpful hint of P, I managed to stumble across YME's raffle for them and just happened to get lucky. Unfortunately, after paying duties, it almost feels like I paid resale for these, and when you live in Canada, there's almost nothing you can do about that. Thankfully for you guys, the red color isn't going for much above retail, so I've left a link in the description where you can go ahead and get your size guaranteed if that's something you're interested in. ALD founder Teddy Santis is the mastermind behind this collab right here. Supposedly, there was barely any info on these. They had to do some thorough legwork and dig deep to find some information on them, which makes you wonder, who's in charge of the archives at New Balance? Because they're clearly not doing their job. New Balance, look, if you need someone, let me know. You got a job opening, let me know. I'll help you guys out. Either way, as someone who's enjoyed ALD's aesthetic and their New Balance collaborations in the past few years, I'm happy to have these in hand. And before we get any deeper into the history of these sneakers, let's get into the materials. Let's start off with the box. I don't normally say this about most shoes, but for this one, the experience definitely starts off with the box. We get this vintage looking New Balance ALD branded box. It has a drawing of the shoe itself on it, but what's most unique about this box is just how flimsy it is. And I know that doesn't sound like a positive trait, but hear me out. It's not really a box as much as it is a thick piece of paper folded into a box. Seriously, as soon as I opened up the actual shipping box and took this out, I thought I was about to tear this thing up, but alas, getting into the shoe. The upper of the shoe, as you can probably tell, is made primarily of this cream colored leather. This leather sort of gives the shoe a vintage look right off the bat, and it's evident that this was a purposeful aesthetic choice. We have cream leather making up the toe box, the mudguard panel, and the top with the smallest perforated air holes known to mankind. We have a side panel of cream leather with a red outline, plenty of perforations and 550 branding embossed in red, and the same side panel on the inner medial side without the 550 branding. We have another side panel of cream leather with the New Balance N logo, but this logo is red, it pops out, and is made of a cracked leather. And I'm so happy that they did this just to the N logo and not the entire shoe. I think cracked leather can look good in small doses like these. Once you apply it to an entire shoe, it just gets overwhelming. There are a few exceptions to this rule, maybe a handful, but for the most part, this is the right way to use cracked leather in my opinion. The ankle is made of cream leather once again with the new ALD basketball logo on the left and the NB branding on the right heel. The shoe comes with flat cream laces and an extra pair of cream laces attached. However, they're about a shade or two darker than the ones already in the shoe, and I don't know why ALD and New Balance decided to do this, but the shoes come with a third extra set of laces in red, which is fine, but what I don't understand is why is one pair attached to the shoe and the other is not attached? What's the theme here? What am I missing, guys? Tell me now. Teddy, DM me. The tongue is cream and is made of mesh and has this New Balance ALD branded tongue tab with red balls turning into an apple basketball. The ankle area and sock liner are made of padded red mesh. The insoles in this shoe are removable, and that's probably something you wouldn't want to do because they're not just typical insoles, as they are imbued with the presence of ortholite cushioning technology. We have this sort of heel counter stabilizer thing running around the heel right above the midsole. We have a creamy vintage vibes midsole with New Balance branding and a rubberized black, red, and cream outsole. When it comes to sizing, as with most New Balances, I went half a size down in these. My true size is a size 10 and I have slightly wide feet, but with these shoes I went half a size down to 9.5 and they fit great. When I first put them on, they felt a little tight and I was worried I should have went true to size, but after having them on feet for a little while, they broke in relatively quickly and fit great now. When it comes to comfort, I gotta say, while these shoes don't look very promising in that department, you know, they hold the characteristics of similar classic shoes, which is traditional materials, flat foot, no special cushioning. They're actually far more comfortable than I had expected, and this is definitely attributed mostly to the ortholite insole. It adds a bit of shock absorption and arch support into the shoe. It helps that the shoe is light as well and padded with a good fit to make sure you're getting a smooth ride. Not saying these will go up against the most comfortable shoes of this generation, but for a classic pair of shoes, they're in very good comfort territory. I'd honestly wear these as everyday beaters just based on the comfort alone. Now, the New Balance P550 last released in 1989 and was never to be seen again afterwards. So the likelihood of someone currently owning a pair to wear before this release is practically none. The New Balance P550 was marketed as a sneaker that was a basketball sneaker and a handsome leather sneaker that you could wear casually with a nice outfit. So you could basically use it for either purpose, and because of that, it was being sold for $100 at the time. And at the time, that was a lot of money. That would be $250 today, counting for inflation. Do I expect New Balance to release more of these now that this release has happened? Probably. Maybe even with ALD, although so far as I can tell, ALD has been adamant about executing their collaborations on new silhouettes every time, although this might change down the line once more collaborations have happened, more silhouettes have been gone through, but we have yet to see if that's the thing that's gonna happen. For now, this is my take on the ALD x New Balance P550 Basketball Oxford. What do you guys think? Did ALD do justice with New Balance, or did they not do enough with this collab? Would you wear these, or would you not? Let me know down below. Don't forget, if you want a pair for resale, link is in my bio. They're not going for too high of a price, so these might be kind of attainable. I'll catch you in the next one. Picsoleated is about to run some ball.